Certainly. Here are 70 interesting and amazing facts about deer. Diverse species. There are over 90 different species of deer worldwide. Antlers. Only male deer grow antlers, except for reindeer, caribou, where both males and females have antlers. Velvet. Deer antlers are covered in velvet during their growth, which supplies blood and nutrients. Once fully grown, they shed the velvet. Antler growth. Antlers are one of the fastest growing tissues in the animal kingdom, growing up to an inch per day. Shedding antlers. Deer shed their antlers annually, usually in late winter or early spring. Herding behavior. Deer are social animals and often live in herds. Mating season. The mating season for deer, known as the rut, occurs in the fall. Territorial behavior. Male deer often become more territorial and aggressive during the rut. Vocalizations. Deer communicate using various vocalizations, including grunts, bleats, and snorts. Olfactory communication. Deer have scent glands between their hooves, and they use them to mark territory and communicate with other deer. Excellent swimmers. Deer are capable swimmers and can cover long distances in the water. Adaptability. Deer are highly adaptable and can be found in a wide range of habitats, from forests to grasslands. Diet. Deer are herbivores, primarily feeding on grass, leaves, and twigs. Ruminants. Deer are ruminants, meaning they have a specialized stomach with 4 compartments to aid in the digestion of plant material. Night vision. Deer have excellent night vision, allowing them to be more active during dawn and dusk. Speed and agility. Deer are fast runners and agile jumpers, enabling them to escape predators easily. Camouflage. The coloration of a deer's coat provides effective camouflage in their natural habitats. Fawns. Baby deer, called fawns, are born with white spots on their fur, which helps camouflage them in the grass. Gestation period. The gestation period for deer is typically around 6 to 7 months. Solitary behavior. Some deer species, like the white-tailed deer, may exhibit more solitary behavior, especially outside of the mating season. Global distribution. Deer can be found on every continent except Antarctica. Deer in art and culture. Deer have been depicted in various cultures' art and mythology, symbolizing different qualities such as grace, gentleness, and fertility. Deer farming. Some people raise deer on farms for their meat, antlers, or hides. Deer as game animals. Deer hunting is a popular recreational activity in many parts of the world. Deer vehicle collisions. Collisions with deer on roadways can be dangerous and are a common cause of accidents in areas with high deer populations. Eurasian elk. The Eurasian elk, also known as the moose, is the largest species of deer. Caribou migration. Caribou undertake one of the longest terrestrial migrations, covering hundreds of miles annually. Deer as prey. Deer are prey for various predators, including wolves, coyotes, and big cats. Deer as disease carriers. Deer can carry ticks that may transmit diseases like Lyme disease to humans. Ecological impact. Deer play a role in shaping ecosystems through their feeding habits, affecting plant populations. Deer repellents. Some plants produce chemicals that act as natural deer repellents, deterring them from feeding on those plants. Deer in mythology. In Native American mythology, the deer is often seen as a symbol of sensitivity, intuition, and gentleness. Deer as national symbols. The white-tailed deer is the state mammal of Arkansas, Illinois, Michigan, Mississippi, Nebraska, New Hampshire, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and South Carolina in the United States. Deer in Japanese culture. The sika deer is considered a sacred animal in Japanese Shintoism. Deer in Chinese culture. In Chinese folklore, the deer is a symbol of longevity. Deer in Christianity. The deer is sometimes used as a symbol in Christian art, representing piety and devotion. Fossil evidence. Fossil evidence suggests that deer have been around for over 20 million years. Deer hooves. Deer hooves are adapted to the terrain, hardening in response to environmental conditions. Threats to deer. Habitat loss, hunting, and diseases pose significant threats to deer populations. Deer eyesight. Deer have a wide field of vision, almost 310 degrees, allowing them to detect predators from various angles. Deer memory. Deer have good spatial memory, which helps them navigate through their habitats. Winter coat. Deer grow a thicker winter coat to insulate themselves from the cold. Deer in literature. Deer are often featured in literature, such as Bambi in Felix Salten's book and Disney's animated film. Deer in poetry. Poets often use deer imagery to convey themes of beauty, vulnerability, and the natural world. Deer in scientific research. Deer are subjects of scientific research, providing insights into ecology, behavior, and conservation. Deer in flight. When startled, deer exhibit a behavior called bounding, where they leap in a series of high jumps to escape quickly. Fossil record. The oldest known deer fossils date back to the early Oligocene epoch, around 30 million years ago. Deer as seed dispersers. Deer play a role in seed dispersal by consuming fruits and then excreting seeds in different locations. Deer longevity. In the wild, deer typically live around 6 to 14 years, depending on the species and environmental factors. Deer population control. In some areas, controlled hunting is used as a method to manage deer populations and prevent overgrazing. Deer vision sensitivity. Deer can see well in low light conditions, making them crepuscular animals. Deer species decline. Some deer species, like the key deer in Florida, are endangered due to habitat loss and human development. Deer resilience. Deer populations can rebound quickly if environmental conditions are favorable. Deer gestures. Deer use gestures such as lifting their tails as an alert signal to other members of the herd. Deer anatomy. Deer have a specialized stomach with compartments to aid in the digestion of tough plant materials. Deer senses. Besides excellent vision, deer also have a keen sense of smell, which they use to detect predators. Deer as urban wildlife. In some urban areas, deer populations have adapted to living in close proximity to human communities. Deer conservation. Conservation efforts are underway to protect and preserve deer habitats and prevent population declines. Deer and Lyme disease. Deer are hosts for ticks that can transmit Lyme disease to humans, although not all deer ticks carry the disease. Deer symbolism in Native American culture. In some Native American tribes, deer symbolize sensitivity, intuition, and gentleness. Deer and orchards. Deer can be a nuisance for orchard owners, as they may feed on fruit trees. Deer and agriculture. In agricultural areas, deer can sometimes cause damage to crops. Deer hearing. Deer have excellent hearing, allowing them to detect subtle sounds in their environment. Deer migration routes. Some deer populations migrate seasonally, following specific routes to find food and suitable habitats. Deer and water sources. Deer are dependent on water sources, and they are often found near rivers, lakes, or ponds. Deer adaptation to cold. Certain deer species, like the caribou, have adaptations to survive in cold climates, such as thick fur and a specialized nasal structure. Deer fossil discoveries. Fossil discoveries have provided valuable information about the evolution of deer species over millions of years. Deer endurance. Deer are known for their endurance, capable of covering long distances while foraging. Deer in religion. In Hinduism, the deer is associated with various deities, and its gentle nature is often praised. Deer communication. Deer use body language, including ear movements and tail flicks, to communicate with each other. These facts showcase the diversity, adaptations, and significance of deer in various ecosystems and cultures around the world.